Firstly, we must explain that a civil war is an armed conflict between two sides of the same country or state. In the Spanish case, on the one hand, the Republican side defends the democracy of the Second Republic, and, on the other hand, the rebel side intends to establish a fascist regime in the style of Mussolini, and whose most important figure will be the coup leader, General Franco.
The starting point of this conflict must be found in the coup d'état of July 1936, which took place in three different zones with three generals at the head. First, General Mola rose in Pamplona. In turn, Sanjurjo in his Portuguese exile. Finally, Franco rose in the Canary Islands. Here is the key to the war. The coup fails and Spain is divided into two sides. War is about to start.
The fascists decide that the shortest and most direct way to win the war is conquering the capital, Madrid. Thus, Franco hurried to join the troops of Ceuta and Melilla, to cross the Strait of Gibraltar, and go directly to the capital of Spain. However, the Republicans will hold out, releasing military pressure in the capital after the battles of Guadalajara and Jarama. Meanwhile, Franco had already placed himself in command of the rebel side after taking advantage of the deaths of Mola and Sanjurjo, which happened in two separate plane crashes. Franco decides to change the strategy, and his objective is to defeat the Republic little by little, starting with the north. Madrid can wait.
In the northern offensive, Franco conquers the Cantabrian coast. In events like the bombing of Guernica, he shows that he is going to be implacable with his enemies. However, Republicans fought back in two places to relieve pressure in the north, Belchite and Teruel. This small town was key in the war, because it is a great morale booster for the Republicans, as it will be the only city they managed to conquer during the war. However, this success soon leads to disaster. Firstly, morally, since Franco will reconquer this city. Secondly, militarily, since this causes the division of the Republican zone in two sides.
After the loss of Teruel, the Republicans risked everything in the Battle of the Ebro that lasted several months. But Franco's victory left the path clear towards the conquest of Catalonia. This defeat definitively sentenced the Second Republic.
In April 1939, Franco's troops entered Madrid, while the Republican government went into exile. Franco's victory is a fact.